Right, it's finished. Weston-super-Mare 1, Dorking Wanderers 1. A point on the road. Mark, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it in isolation, obviously a really tough few weeks, absolutely obliterated with injuries, and a point at a team in really good form,
Yep.
and defending for sort of 15 minutes with 10 men. So if you look at it in isolation, it's a good point, and you have to try and do that as hard as it is. You can't judge the outcome by the league table or by the recent form.
Yeah.
You can only really judge what's in front of you. I thought in the game we're so dominant for 25 minutes, and really it looked like there's only one team going to win the game. If you get a second goal in the first period, you probably run off with the game.
Yeah.
But not for the first time this year. I thought that we were, when the ball was in the box, we weren't there. We had a couple of, we put loads of good deliveries in there.
Yeah.
Brooking got round the back, or Briggsy did.
This area here, yeah.
We put sort of a few shots over the bar. We were setting back, but the movements weren't good enough. And I feel like a team with better last 20% movements probably scored 2-3 goals in that first half hour.
Yeah.
And that's where we are at the moment. I think our last 20% of the pitch is definitely nowhere near where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But I'm positively, we're going to be positive about that. We'll work on that. I think that will come. But the patterns were great. Listen, Western changed their formation. Every team's doing that against us, which shows the sort of respect we've got in this division. And it was a shame because really, really dominant.
Yeah.
And then we just sat off.
Yeah.
And also, when we were dominant, it was almost like that pent up, we want to win so badly. I felt like we put too much energy into that first half hour, and we started leaving gaps.
Yeah.
And we only had one screening, and we should have had two defenders screening, and the pitch just got too opened up. And the goal comes from Charlie. He's an inch from taking it round them to create a brilliant chance, and then they're on our back line. It's a turnover.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. I thought we could have been more controlled in our play, but I thought we saw the opportunity to go and destroy this lot today.
Yeah.
But not being disrespectful. I thought we really wanted to come here genuinely and win 4 or 5-0.
Yeah.
Because we know we've got them results in the locker.
Yeah.
And then Weston, to their credit, kept at it. But we done that ridiculous thing where we just dropped off, and we were trying to screen in front of Tony, and then Jason and Alfie were dropping in. And then all of a sudden, instead of just making their keeper kick it and go long, all of a sudden they're able to get balls into players between the lines and cause us trouble. It was ridiculous. I don't know why we'd done it. I said to the team at half time, like, why have we dropped off them? Like, the first 20 minutes, they didn't touch the ball, right? It was so easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it felt like it was just important to get through to half time, wasn't it? 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Too much happening other than that early chance where they hit the post.
Yeah, no, we just dropped off them and then gave them too much ball. But that wasn't the game plan. The game plan was just to full press them in the shape they were, send the keeper long, use our big back three to win the back, and it was working brilliantly.
Yeah.
They just dropped off, and they just gave them that little foothold in the game, and then they forced dead balls and throws and dangerous moments. I thought we defended dead balls really well the whole game.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that goal comes right on the stroke of half time, which is a terrible time to concede. And then, of course, that's when boys tap into the league table.
Yeah.
It's at that moment that if you're top of the league and you've won 18 straight games, you just go, oh, well, let's win 3-1.
Yeah.
If you're having a bad moment, you then ask questions, you have a few little arguments.
Yeah.
So we've got to improve that. We've got to improve our reaction to other teams having the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, they had spells, didn't they, that sort of replicated the way that we play at times, where they did knock it about quite nicely.
We just sat off them.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. It should never happen. I mean, the boys on the pitch got to take responsibility, but we just sat off them. And then the minute we went out second half, I thought Weston were blowing heavily.
Yeah.
And I thought we controlled the game.
Yeah.
I thought that because we'd locked onto them a lot more, they were a lot less effective. Obviously, Josh Coulson's a really good player. All the time he's breathing, he's going to be dangerous at any level he plays at the 11. But I thought we sort of gradually got ourselves back on the ball. I think we took over the game without being as dominant as the first half.
Yep.
I thought second half we sort of took over affairs really.
Yep.
But yeah, and then you know, again, Weston was still in the game, and they
Yeah.
just kept at it. And
Yeah.
you know, obviously Josh's send it off is it's the right decision.
Okay.
It is the right decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was someone covering round, but I don't think he gets there.
Sure. And even that's come from a little sort of bit of rub against the greens, not really going with us at times, wasn't it? Kind of bounced off one of their players and dropped straight into the path of the number 4, didn't it? And had
Yeah.
that sort of head of steam to go forward.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's where we are, though. I mean,
Yeah.
we've just got to, you know, we can't wish the rubber to green at the moment. We've
Yeah.
just got to literally keep playing football, keep enjoying it. I think,
Yeah.
like I said, if someone had said you got 2 weeks off, you've got an
Yeah.
injury-ravaged team,
Yeah.
Western are unbeaten in whatever, 6-7, whatever. You go there, you get a point, you'll be really dominant
Yeah.
for large periods, and
Yeah.
you'll take it. But
Yeah.
yeah, look, to be honest with you, we've got to improve a lot on where we are at the moment.
Yeah.
The team we've got and the effort we're putting into the team we're putting on the field, you know, we want to be dominating teams and scoring goals.
Yeah.
So I think there are boys got to step up
Yeah.
positively,
Yeah.
and we'll work with those positively to do so.
Yeah.
But it's a point, if you measure the outcome, you'll take the point,
Yeah.
and then you've got a few weeks off.
Yeah. Pleased to get the debutants involved today, Rob Milsom and Theo coming on, who kind of towards the end there felt like he was having to play left back.
Yeah, weren't ideal, was it? I mean, they've done really well with 10, the lads. They really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, great. I mean, obviously they need a lot of time on the training field, and we will, you know, we'll look to work for 2 weeks. We've got behind closed doors at Wickham.
Yeah.
I think we can be fitter. I definitely think we can be fitter than what we are,
Yeah.
which is something we're really addressing.
Yeah.
And I think there's a link between that and the injuries,
Okay.
and that's what we're addressing.
Sure.
We're going to put, you know, this week we're going to have a bit of a boot camp week because we've
Okay.
got time off,
Yeah.
so we can put more into them. But yeah, we've got to work with what we've got at the moment.
Yeah. How have we come through from today?
Yeah, looks fine. I mean,
Okay.
I
And the subs, were they Seb's? Was that the yellow card? And
thought Seb had a really poor game.
okay.
Defensively, he had a really poor game.
Yeah.
You know, Seb, there are boys that need to improve.
Okay.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy's obviously dropped off, and there's boys that need to improve. You
Yeah.
know, so the boys we need to be honest about that do need to improve a little bit, and they're not fully fit. They're
Sure.
not 100% fit. You want Briggsy 90 minutes fit. You know,
Yeah.
so he's a constant threat.
Yeah.
Looking to run in behind constantly.
Yeah.
I don't think it's okay with the effort we're putting into doing the mornings, and then
Yeah.
if we're not looking stronger than other teams, I
Yeah.
think that's important. So there's a bit of fitness work to do, and a bit of team building to do still, but we'll take the point, James.
One of your summer signings, obviously Harrison Folkes had another good game, didn't he, today? I think he's become quite a fan's favourite already.
Fan's favourite, and he keeps getting injured in every game, which I can't understand. Yeah, I think today he got a little pebble in his eye again for the 19th game running. Yeah, listen, I mean, he's done brilliantly today.
Yeah.
He's got that sort of that reach.
Yeah, the command of his penalty areas is
Yeah,
good, doesn't it?
his
Especially
teeth
like
float
you said about
balls.
the set pieces, but a lot of that was down to him kind of giving that early shout and coming out and claiming a lot of those corners and
Yeah.
balls in the box, weren't they?
I think there's a weird thing going on, like where we're actually defending well,
Yeah.
but the structure of the defence needs to be better. What I mean is, like, we just need to get higher up the field,
Yeah.
not be as deep. We need to just push our midfield on, play in the opposition half. You know, when
Yeah.
you watch Prem teams now, the centre halves are literally in the opposition half.
Yeah.
Football's completely changed.
Yeah.
And so I think we're defending well, but we need to work on our structure of where we want them to be on a football pitch.
Sure.
So there isn't as many gaps and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, listen, we've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Final word for the fans.
Oh yeah, I was going to say about that. Obviously, emotions
Yeah.
ran high last week at Horsham, but today the fans and those that came down here, 'cause it's not close again either, is it? This journey to here.
We've just got the best fans. People hugging me before the game, saying just appreciate so much what you and the club have done for Dorking.
Yeah.
These fans are amazing. We've got we are rebuilding. I
Yeah.
think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's impossible to get a high level team and kind of stay there.
Yeah.
You need to add and take away. You don't always get that right.
Yeah.
We are rebuilding this team. I'm definitely acutely aware that some boys have dropped off a little bit from what we would expect of them.
Yeah.
And we need to We need to really get into them, and we need to look at whether we need to continually recruit. Ideally not. But the fans are incredible. The ones on the bus have got a Burger King. I'm about to send the money for that. I'm going to go and get one.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone who's drove,
your
including
favourite,
you.
isn't it? Yeah, it's your
my
favourite,
favourite all day long. I mean, listen, I don't want to compare with any other burger firm, but this is like, you know, a Porsche and a fucking Fiesta comparing with another burger company.
Club sponsor next season, Burger
Well,
King.
ideally, yeah, they can send us some money, or just fucking double whoppers with cheese and bacon. That'd do. To be fair, we're not fussy. Been a tough couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And the support of the fans has been immense and incredible.
Yeah.
This is a point game. Listen,
Yeah.
I want to say one thing, right? This time last year, we kept 4 clean sheets out of 5 at Halifax, Hartlepool, Ebbsfleet, Oldham,
Yep.
and I'm going to forget the 5th. Someone will remind us, right? And we went all over the country. And at one point, we had the best away record in the division.
Yep.
So that is our standard. That's where we want to get back to. We're definitely not at that standard.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And it's a combination of, obviously, the horrific injury issues.
Yep.
Because Josh Taylor does not stop running today, does he? Right? You know, these are players that really make a difference, okay?
Yeah.
It's a combination of the injury woes and the consistency of a team, and there are some boys that definitely need to improve within the setup.
Yep.
But you know what? We will continue to provide good level football in Dorking, and we're going to continue to build our team back to greatness.
Yeah.
And it might not take all that long, James. No. It might not take all that long. So thanks to all the supporters. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and obviously the next game, not for 2 weeks now, but that is Hornchurch at home in a couple of weeks, and hopefully get a good crowd down at Meadowbank and kind of build on this point going forwards with perhaps some people coming back in from injury and a kind of a line drawn under this first sort of section of the season.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I think we were 13th last time. We went on a 10-game run and went to the top of the table. I think I've no idea about results. I don't really care about them, but it's a wide open division. I think a lot of teams with high expectations have had a really average start. I think a lot of credit to the teams and coaches in this league, for sure. So it's going to be 37 games. Yeah, 37. If you won 7 straight, you'd be top of the league, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right. Let alone, you know.
Yeah.
So I think we need to treat where we are as where we are. Really look to rebuild. I'm really transfixed on rebuilding and not allowing any low standards and working hard at training with them. And I just think the fans and the shareholders are just incredible of the club, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And we'll bring really positive times back. For them. We really will. I 100% guarantee that. 1,000,000%.
Yeah. Excellent, as always. Thanks, Mark. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks,
Cheers,
mate.
Cider. Cheers, mate.